While preparing for the PMP exam, I noticed something that felt really overwhelming. It seemed like everyone was using so many different study materials: books, courses, flashcards, videos. It felt like a lot. So I decided to keep things simple. I only self studied and focused on just a couple of main resources. And that approach ended up working really well for me. A little about me: I work in project controls and I wanted to grow my career with PMP certification. But between work and everyday life, I knew I needed a study approach that was realistic for me. Also, moving to Canada taught me to handle things on my own, so tackling PMP by myself felt possible. And now I want to share the steps that worked for me. The first thing I did was pick the main resources I would focus on. To meet the 35-hour training requirement, I completed the PMI PMP exam prep course, which gave me the completion certificate I needed. For studying, I focused on just two things: the PMBOK guide and PMI study hall. Study hall already includes practice questions, 15 mini exams, and 2 full mock tests, which honestly was all I needed. Keeping things simple made studying much easier and less overwhelming. I kept my study routine simple: 2 to 3 hours each weekday, and weekends were for rest and fun. That way, I avoided burnout and still had time to do things I love. Consistency mattered more than long, stressful study sessions. One thing that really helped me was doing a lot of practice questions. The PMP exam is very situational, so the more questions you see, the more you start understanding the project management mindset. And when it comes to mock exams, treat them like the real test. Sitting for 4 hours straight may seem hard, but it really builds your mental and physical stamina for the actual exam. Not every practice question or mini exam went perfectly, and that's totally okay. Whenever I got a question wrong, I didn't just move on. I noted down where I went wrong and really tried to understand why the right answer worked. For topics that were tricky, I went back, reviewed my notes, and studied again until the concept really clicked. This approach helped me turn mistakes into learning and gave me confidence for the real exam. 2 days before the test, I stopped studying completely. My brain needed a break. During the exam, stay calm and trust yourself. You've done the work, you're ready. And don't skip the scheduled breaks. There are 2 10-minute breaks during the exam. I took both, and it really helped me recharge. Remember, confidence and stamina matter just as much as knowledge. Treat your preparation like a journey, not a sprint. I'll be honest though, my first few mini exam scores were not very high. At first, that felt a little discouraging, but once I started reviewing the explanations, things slowly started to make more sense. After about 2 months of consistent preparation, I took the exam, and I passed on my first attempt with an above target score. Honestly, my brain was fried by the end, but it was totally worth it. Before I wrap up, here are a few key tips from my self-study journey. First, focus on just a few key resources. Trying to use too many materials can actually overwhelm you and make things more confusing than helpful. Second, stick to a daily routine, but don't stress if you miss a day. It's okay to take a break, just keep going the next day. Third, practice as many situational questions as you can. This helps you get comfortable with how the exam asks questions. Fourth, don't try to memorize everything. Focus on understanding the concepts and building a project management mindset. And finally, remember to take care of yourself along the way. Balance your studies with things you love so you avoid burnout and enjoy the process. If you're preparing for the PMP right now and thinking about self-study, I just want to say it's definitely possible. And if you'd like, I can also share more about my study timeline or my exam day experience. Just let me know in the comments. Thanks and see you on the next one!